Hello, love. Welcome back to Tea Diaries. So, I know you have come across this butterfly cornrow braid, box braid design, and just in case you need more options, I have come up with the heart braid cornrow styles. This one, da da da, and I believe this looks more simple, it's easier, and just another variety. So to make this, section of your box braid parts or your box into two equal halves from up to down, just like this. Then from the middle you make a line all the way to the pointed end on the left hand side like this, and then you're going to repeat the same thing on the right hand side from the middle to the pointed end. Take your time. Take your time, darling. So now we are going to start braiding. Braid from that middle section all the way round. Okay. Try to start from that pointed tip in the middle, like make it neat because it's going to be very obvious. Now I have done this braided design a lot of times, but not really inside of a box. I usually pat the shape of a heart and just braid around it. And despite doing this several times, it was when I was making this hairstyle that I realized for sure that you are not supposed to pay attention to the shape of the box. Picture the shape of the heart in your head and behave as if you are painting that shape over the rectangle. Do not pay attention to the pointed end of the rectangle. Don't try to braid into those angles. Just braid the shape of half of a heart as you can see it in your head on top of the rectangle. Let's assume you have a star parted shape down. You can still braid the shape of half of a heart on top without paying attention to the pokey parts of the star shape. I hope you get what I mean. Ignore the base, ignore the canvas you are braiding the shape on. It is the braid you're making, this braid pattern you're making, that is going to give you the shape you want, not the sectioning of your hair. Even if you sectioned a star shape on this scalp, you can still braid a heart over that star shape, and what you braided is what is going to form the shape you want. I hope you get what I mean. If you don't, you're going to get it when you start making your braids. You can unconsciously try to braid from the middle pointed end to the pointed tip at the end of that rectangle. If you braid your heart into that place, you are not going to end up with the shape of a braided heart. It's going to alter the shape of your heart. So ignore the pointed end and just braid a heart irrespective of the sectioning you have down on your scalp. That is why if you check Pana, dope ass Pana, I've seen her braid a heart in two straight lines, like she was braiding all back and she used two straight lines to form a heart at the beginning of the braid and then just continued. I didn't get the gist all this while. I just figured it out here. Then when it comes to braiding the box braid part of the hair, because you already have two thick hair tails where you're braiding from, you can have that crooked unevenness. And what I figured out is I don't have to wait to feed in my hair extension like from my right hand side each time. If I feed in from my right and it's time to braid with my left hand and I notice that the hair there is just too scanty, I don't wait until I complete the circle before I add. At the point I added from my right hand and fed in hair from my left hand again, like the next circle, not the next circle, like I fed in from my right, braided over to my left and fed in from my left, braided over to my right and fed in from my right. Like I didn't follow the usual circle of you braid, add on your right, braid, feed in from your right, braid, feed in from your right. I just do what works to get an even box braid. Okay, and this is our end product. Beautiful. Now if you want an option for a child, or where you don't want long box braid, hold on, I'll show you. I made this 3-petal flower option. It's nice, like it looks almost like a butterfly too. That butterfly is intense, so by the time I was done braiding, the number of butterflies I had up there, like I was seeing butterflies everywhere. Instead of seeing stars, I was beginning to feel dizzy with butterfly. Like I raised yash for this braided, braided on. Anyway, I am about to make a $sign on that other box. If you're interested and you want to make a hair full of money, then you should watch that. But if you want an alternative for like a child, then you can see I was able to get this clip from November Love on Instagram. If you don't know her, I don't know. If you have a little girl and you don't know her, like I don't know what you're doing, though, because her hairstyles are on another level. Her hair products are good. So this is an example of how you can make a heart braid for a child. You can see the back section, she has the hair just into two, so you can have 2 hearts at the back and then arrange more in the middle, and then the top section. If you want to see how I braided the whole head of butterfly, then I will have that video up in a couple of days. And also, like, I filmed the way I was able to section the whole head into boxes and not have a weird shape remaining. Oh my god, that was the reason I decided to make the whole head of butterfly, because it's easy for you to just make this box and make a different hairstyle on the whole head. But what if your client wants a whole head of this braided design box braid? Then what will you do? Will you be able to part it at once and make sure that you don't have weird shape remaining at her crown or somewhere on the head? If you want a video that where I explored this and made sure I figured out how to part the hair, how to section the hair to be able to get equal amounts of box braided pattern, like jumbo box braid pattern. If you don't get what I mean, then I don't know how to explain better, but that video is going to be up on my channel. So expect this variety with petals, with braided flower but 3 petals. Expect the $sign box braid design, then the full head of butterfly. The video is going to be up on this channel soon. You should subscribe so that you know when all these things are up. Leave a thumbs up if you like this video and expect this one next. Bye.